Good afternoon, Governor Hobbs, Sandra, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the board. Do I have a crazy echo? All right, when I call your name, please indicate your presence verbally. Governor Katie Hobbs, Sandra Watson, Michael Bidwell,
On Zoom.
Michael Bidwell. I did that, I apologize. Tony Astorga, Mara Aspinall,
Present.
Barbara Morganovi,
Present on Zoom.
Dr. Michael Crow, Dr. Cruz Rivera, Jen Daniels, present. Bill Gallagher, Dr. Suresh Garamella, Monica Garnes, Mark Gaspers, Dr. Richard Gray,
Here.
Well, I'll kick it off. Oh, why is it?
Let's see. Can you hear us now? Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's just very echoey.
Okay. Let's see if we can fix that.
I apologize. Can you see if this configuration works for folks online?
Yes, we can hear you.
Kirk is fixing it. Jesus.
Huh? Oh,
There's, yeah, the echo, there's something going on.
yeah.
I've never joined via Zoom before, but we are seeing two views of the room. I don't know if that's what's causing the echo. We see ACA Camelback and ACA Bradshaw.
I agree.
Oh.
I think that's what it might be, that one of them needs to be completely muted.
Is that working now? The echo's still there. It's very quiet.
Oh, we were muted before. Can you hear now? Yeah?
Yes, that's great. And there's
Okay.
no more echo on our end.
Okay, great.
Oh, good.
All right, so Dragon Bravo and White Sage fires, as you know, the Dragon Fire devastated the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, burned down several buildings, including the North Rim Lodge. So we've been focused on how we can work to mobilize state resources and really help and support the small businesses that are impacted, and the impact's going to last for a while. What we heard from folks when we went up there is that while only the North Rim is closed, it's impacting a lot of businesses on the North Rim, and even on the South Rim, the impression is that the entire Grand Canyon is closed. And so it's hurting business on the South Rim as well, which is a huge tourist destination. We were there right after Labor Day weekend and heard that that's their busiest travel weekend of the year, and tourism was way down. So we're working to provide support for those businesses. As you also know, one of the biggest urgent issues facing Arizona right now is energy. And last Monday, I signed an executive order that will cut red tape, will help unlock our energy potential and lower utility costs for families and businesses. The order lays the groundwork for large-scale energy growth while protecting Arizonans from rate hikes. It also expands our clean energy economy and streamlines site development for energy projects. The Commerce Authority is going to play a really central role in implementing this order, and so look forward to working with all of you to help strengthen our energy security. We also remain focused on water, which, as you know, is an issue that defines our future. In June, I signed legislation that creates our new Ag to Urban Groundwater Conservation Program. This is a voluntary program that allows high water use farmland to transition to lower intensity housing development, which will unlock massive water savings, nearly 10 million acre feet in the Phoenix area alone, while building the housing we need for our growing population. That same month, we also finalized our first ever water transfer agreement from the Harquahala groundwater basin to Phoenix. This historic deal, which has been really decades in the making, will support growth in Buckeye and Queen Creek and set the stage for future water imports. We are literally unlocking new water supplies for growth. And earlier this week, Queen Creek took another step to purchase an additional allocation of this Harquahala groundwater. We continue to lead the nation in forward-thinking water planning, but we can't let up. We're currently negotiating on the future of Colorado River. I met with officials in the Trump administration to reinforce our priorities in shaping a fair, lasting agreement among the 7 basin states. As you know, the Colorado River has been essential to our growth, and I'm committed to securing a balanced deal that protects our future. So that's really at the forefront of where we are with water right now, and continue to work to ensure that we don't lose our share of water. With that, I will turn it over to Michael. Good luck in the game tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing the new uniforms on the field.
Thank you, Governor. The new uniforms, the rivalry uniforms are really, I think they do a great job of representing Arizona. And what's really unique about the Sonoran Desert, what's really unique about Arizona, we're proudly displaying the Arizona flag on our uniform as well tonight. And I think our grounds crew, who are often don't get much attention, but they did an amazing job of painting the field. So if you have time to tune in to Amazon Prime tonight, it's Thursday night football, nationally televised game. Big matchup against an NFC West rival, that is the Seattle Seahawks. And if it sounds like somebody's singing the national anthem in the background, it sounds like they're doing a mic check right now. And so I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But, look, as our state continues to grow, I believe we're the 14th most populated state, but I just checked. Chat GPT thinks we're 12th. I'm not sure that's accurate. We need to continue to have responsible, smart policy improvements around energy, water, and other things. And I just applaud you for your leadership here and getting us set for this future economy and for the growth that we're seeing in our state, both with the new executive order that's barely more than a week and a half old, as well as what you've done with water. And we've got some tough negotiations coming up as we continue to work with the water supply. I want to thank Sandra for, also I want to thank you, Governor, you and the first gentleman, Patrick, for attending that preseason game when Sandra hosted a bunch of folks. I was able to arrange one of the casitas. I know a number of our board members, as well as partners throughout Arizona, were invited to attend and mix with the board and you. And so I want to thank you for that as well. And thanks to Sandra, she and the team continue to do amazing work. We're routinely in the top 3 of states that are landing huge job creators. We've got incredible opportunity over the next several years. We got to continue to have sound leadership and a steady hand at the wheel of the good ship Arizona. And I think Sandra Watson just does an amazing job. So I want to thank her. If we were using football terms, we'd say she's entering her 13th season is our quarterback for the ACA, and she's doing an amazing job. So with that, I'll turn the agenda back to you.
Thank you, Michael. Before I hand it over to Sandra, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from June 5th?
So
Is there a
moved.
Second.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Great. The minutes are approved. And Sandra, you're on.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Governor. And thank you.
We can't hear online.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was my fault. So I was just talking about the success of the ACA and all of you. So thank you all for your leadership. Again, record-breaking year for us at the ACA. Over 24,000 projected new jobs were announced, 97 projects, and $31 billion in capital investment. 50 of those projects were in the manufacturing space, 17 were headquarter projects, and we have seen an increase in the wages that we continue to attract to the state. An average wage for all of those jobs was just over $95,000. Again, super exciting, and those wages continue to go up. So these are very highly skilled and well-qualified jobs. As we start to think about what is happening around our state. So when we think about the 97 projects, where did they land? Well, they landed in 30 of our cities. And again, we are a statewide organization. Our focus is obviously working statewide. Our rural areas are incredibly important to us, and we want to see more economic development activity in the rural areas. And so this is an example of the cities that received some success in economic development over this past year. We continue to work very closely with our partners around the state. So lots of metro projects, but a lot of projects in the rural areas as well, including Benson, Bullhead City, Coolidge, Eloy, Kingman, Snowflake, and Yuma. So again, those wins in those areas go a long way to help those communities build up their economic development strategies, and we'll continue to stay very focused on our statewide mission. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about our results for this fiscal year, which again started July 1, and already we've landed 26 projects. So there was no, the summer was not slow. It was actually a very, very busy summer. And I don't think we've seen a slow summer for the last 4 or 5 years. So that's really great news for Arizona. We actually had delegations come visit us in the summer, which we usually don't encourage, but these projects the companies are making decisions quickly, and quite honestly, the heat didn't bother them. So we're winning projects, and just over the last 2.5 months, we've landed 26 projects. Those projects will create over 6,000 jobs. Average wage, again, still high at $74,000, with a $2.8 billion in investment. Again, very well diversified across industry sectors as well as geography. So we continue to focus on all aspects of the country as well as our international activity. As we do for every board meeting, we'd like to acknowledge some of the companies that we were so blessed and honored to work with. And so we have 4 companies here with us today. And I would like to introduce them. When I say your name, please stand out so we can recognize you. For all of you in the audience, let's hold our applause until we get through the list. But first, we have Applied Materials, represented by Alistair Dent, who is the Vice President of Engineering. Thank you, Alistair, for being here. In August, Applied Materials announced plans to invest more than $200 million to establish an advanced manufacturing facility in Chandler. The facility will produce semiconductor equipment, components, and parts, and support the creation of up to 200 new jobs. Thank you. Next, we have Lucid, represented by Mike Cruz, Senior Manager of State Public Policy. Thank you for being here. In June, Lucid celebrated the grand opening of its new Phoenix Hub facility, which supports Lucid's manufacturing operations in Casa Grande, creating hundreds of new jobs. Next, we have Moses Lake Industries, represented by Brent Hansen, Chief Operations Officer. Thank you, and his team. Moses Lake Industry, a semiconductor material supplier, celebrated the grand opening of its new semiconductor materials manufacturing and research facility in Mesa in June, creating highly skilled semiconductor jobs. Thank you for being here. And then lastly, we have Zinergy. Zinergy, represented by Chris Langhoff, Chief People's Officer. Thank you. Earlier this month, Zinergy announced plans to build a second production facility in Mesa, expanding its Arizona footprint that includes a manufacturing facility and a U.S. headquarters. The project will create 500 new jobs between the two facilities. Again, thank you for being here. And so let's give our companies a round of applause. We are incredibly honored to have you continuing to expand your operations in our state, and we look forward to continuing to work with all of you. Next, I have the pleasure of introducing Ryan Ruiz, who is our Executive Vice President for Business Development, who will provide an update on our pipeline.
Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, esteemed members of the board, thank you for the opportunity to provide an update on our project pipeline and highlight some of the key areas that we're gaining momentum. Over the past several months, our team has been working diligently to diversify and advance Arizona's very active pipeline, and I'm pleased to share the progress we've made.
We lost audio here?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, cool. $4.1 billion in investment and average wages of $85,000 annually, continuing to see the trend that we are seeing of increased wages. If you recall, last time we spoke, we talked on a pipeline development campaign that we referred to as our AMPed HQ initiative. Through this initiative, we've identified companies primed for relocation to Arizona and coordinated proactive and customized outreach. The first wave has been successfully completed, and the second wave is launching here shortly. And this is 100% focused on our HQ initiative. Finally, mega projects. We've added 11 new mega opportunities to our pipeline since our last meeting, bringing our total count to 46. These projects are poised to create more than 62,000 jobs and up to $153 billion in capital investment. In closing, Arizona continues to strengthen its position as a global leader. And with the momentum that's continuing to build, I'm confident that we will reach new milestones in our pipeline as we move forward. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ryan. Before you leave, I just want to say thank you to you and your entire team and all of the divisions that really support the business attraction and expansion efforts. We talked a little bit about the wages of the fiscal year that just passed, and that was at $95,000. If you look on the slide, the projects in the pipeline, and again, this is over 127,000 potential new jobs, that average wage is $103,000. So a continued success in reaching out to the right kinds of companies that ultimately will continue to add more value to our state. Also, I wanted to say thank you to Michael. Some of the companies in that pipeline were able to join us for that preseason game, and what an experience for them. They were so excited to be at the game, number one, in that location, which was phenomenal. And then again with our board members. So we had some great board members. Pam was there with us. Danny was there. Governor, of course, was there with us. And so just the ability for our clients to interact with all of you is so important, and it really makes a huge difference. So thank you. Any questions for Ryan? All right. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Next, I would like to invite Nick Narusas, our Executive VP of Industry Development, to provide a quick update on Semicon West, which is happening in just a few days.
Well, good afternoon, Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, thank you, and members of the board. Semicon West represents a tremendous opportunity for our state, and the ACA has been working around the clock to maximize this exciting opportunity. Semicon West is the largest and highest profile semiconductor conference held in the United States and one of the most prominent in the world. This year will be the first time in over 50 years that the conference will be held outside of California, signaling a historic shift in the center of gravity in American innovation. SEMI, the host organization, already expects this to be the biggest Semicon West conference ever, with nearly 40% more registrations and a 50% increase in exhibitors over the same period last year. As part of our efforts to leverage the thousands of industry executives traveling to our state, the ACA, in partnership with the GPAC, is pleased to host the Semiconductor Leadership Day on October 6th, the day before the conference. The event is expected to attract more than 500 visiting semiconductor decision makers, suppliers, trade association, and governmental entities, most of them from overseas. Guests are anticipated from Taiwan, Japan, Korea, the Netherlands, Germany, and many more countries, as well as U.S. companies seeking to expand in Arizona. The morning session includes remarks from Governor Hobbs and Sandra, followed by panels showcasing our investment attractiveness and industry strengths, the latter of which is moderated by Danny Seiden and includes companies including TSMC, Intel, and Amkor. Later in the session, we'll have panels featuring our community college and university partners, as well as remarks from Mayor Kate Gallego. Through our international trade offices and during recent overseas delegations, the ACA has been hard at work driving attendance to Semicon West and our Semiconductor Leadership Day Forum. Our Arizona-focused event is just one of dozens taking place throughout the week that will showcase Arizona's emergence as America's semiconductor HQ. Leading these opportunities, I'm proud to share that Governor Hobbs will deliver a keynote speech during the widely attended CEO Forum on the opening day of the conference. Sandra and the ACA staff will also be participating in and leading numerous sessions throughout the week. More than 3 years ago, the ACA and our partners at the City of Phoenix and GPEC coordinated our efforts to bring Semicon West to Arizona. Starting October 7th, this vision will become reality. I hope then you can make time to attend this important conference and many events that are taking place throughout the upcoming weeks. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. And it really has been a year-long planning exercise. And when we have regular calls with SEMI, and when we had a conversation with them in December, they said their exhibit space had been sold out, and they had never experienced that before. So almost a year in advance, all of their exhibit space, there were 280 companies that were in sort of a waiting list to see if they could get exhibit space. So we had to actually open up another floor. So the entire convention center is going to be jam-packed. Every space, every floor is being used, and we were able to open up enough space to get them into the exhibit, and there's still a waiting list. So again, we're expecting record-breaking attendance, exhibitors, and opportunities. So it'll be an exciting opportunity. If any of you are interested in any of the events that week, please let us know. We'll be able to include you in our leadership day or any of the other activities throughout the week. So thank you for being there. And as Vic talked a little bit about our international delegations that are coming for this show, it really highlights the strong international program that we have here in Arizona. We have 9 international offices now, and all of the offices have been working hard to make sure that we're bringing delegations in, not just for Semicon West, but throughout the year. So we'll continue to host delegations from several different markets, international markets throughout the year. I think last year we hosted like 90 delegations. We're on track to probably exceed that this coming year. So again, a lot of international activity. And just a couple of weeks ago, we were in Taiwan and Japan. So I'm going to just give you a quick rundown on what we did while we were in Taiwan and Japan. We actually were joined by over 50 incredible partners from all around the state that joined us in our delegation. And we led an effort to go to Semicon Taiwan. But in addition to that, we hosted our own investment in Arizona Day. And so there were a number of things that we were able to do while we were in Taiwan. These are just a few photos that were taken. But the excitement, every organization we met with and every business that we got a chance to get in front of, they're so excited about what's happening here in Arizona. And when we go with over 50 people in our delegation, they understand and realize how important and how seriously we are taking their market and the partnership and the opportunities. And so we're so blessed to have so many partners with us, and many opportunities have resulted from those meetings. So you'll hear more about those as we as the year goes by. And then a few of us left the delegation in Taiwan on Wednesday, so halfway through the week, and we went to Japan to open up our office in Japan. So now we have the office is officially opened in Japan. We had several meetings. We met with the ministry, their governments there, as well as business leaders. We hosted a reception. It was actually sold out. There were lots of businesses and organizations very interested in hearing about Arizona and making those connections. So again, just an opportunity for us to continue to showcase. So we have an office now in Japan, in South Korea, and in Taiwan. Those 3 markets, for Asia is going to be very instrumental in the growth that we continue to see from not only the semiconductor industry, but bioscience and automotive and all the technology and innovation sectors. When we go on these visits, if any of you are interested, please let us know. We generally will include them in our weekly board meetings. If you're interested, we'd like to bring delegations with us so that ultimately we can make connections for our business community as well. So with that, we have one more special update, and that is to talk a little bit about our Tech Week coming up. And so with that, I'm going to ask Katie Seeker to join us. She's the Senior Vice President of Venture Partnerships to provide an update on the Arizona Tech Week 2026 and further venture development initiatives. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, and members of the board, I'm really excited to talk to you about Arizona Tech Week. Arizona's tech ecosystem is expanding at one of the fastest rates in the nation, and now is the perfect moment to spotlight the innovation happening here. Arizona Tech Week will be the largest decentralized conference in Arizona's history. Our goal is to attract 25,000 people from outside the state, 5,000 investors, 10,000 startups, and 10,000 influencers, and is scheduled for April 6th through the 12th of 2026. The event was strategically timed to follow the NCAA Women's Final Four, which will be hosted in Phoenix next year. The Tech Week model was launched a few years ago from VC firm Andreessen Horowitz and has expanded to markets such as LA, San Francisco, and New York. For our own event, our goal is to showcase over 1,000 events taking care across our state. The ACA will serve as the host for Arizona Tech Week. Our team will manage event submissions, the calendar, and overall registration. Events of all sizes and types are welcomed, From donuts in the park to tech demonstrations to a 5,000 person concert or keynote, it's all on the table. And we look forward to keeping you updated in the months ahead. In addition, I wanted to share briefly that the ACA recently completed our latest round of the Arizona Innovation Challenge. The AIC is one of the largest business plan competitions in the nation. Since 2011, 160 AIC awardees have been selected from over 3,000 applicants, representing a combined portfolio of more than $6 billion. The fall 2025 cohort focused on software as a service, and the AI-related startups received 67 applications. Uniquely, this year's cohort also featured partnerships with prominent Arizona VC firms. I want to give a special thanks to board member Clayton Mask and Jack Selby for their ongoing support in this cohort and for our program. The 10 awardees companies from this fall 2025 cohort will be added to the Arizona Innovation Challenge portfolio and work with successful startup mentor known as the Entrepreneur in Residence for over a 12-week period to accelerate the startup's trajectory. This program, like the AIC, it's programs like this and that demonstrate Arizona and the ACA's ongoing robust support for startups and small businesses. We appreciate the support and leadership of the board and all our ecosystem partners to advance these unique opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. It's going to be an exciting time. This was the first time we're hosting Tech Week in Arizona, and we hope to build it. So thank you for that, Governor. That concludes my public portion of my updates.
Thank you so much. And I am so sorry. I just want to apologize. I neglected to introduce new member, Dr. Lisa Ryan. Thank you so much for being here. And I had the chance to tour Yavapai College and see some of the amazing programs they're offering, and including a deep dive into the wine program, which is really contributing to our wine industry here. So I'm glad to have you here on the board. With that,
Before we conclude,
yes.
can you call for the consent agenda?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just going to blame my script. My scripts did not have that either. So, okay. So we need a motion in addition to the minutes to approve the consent agenda for this meeting?
It's the fiscal year 26 consent agenda.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the fiscal year 26 consent agenda.
So moved.
All right. Is there a second? All right. All those in favor? All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. That is approved. Thank you. All right. And with that, we need a motion to move into executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second? Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. So before we go into executive session, we will do photographs in the lobby with the new companies.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.